beginning of a school year is filled with hope, aspirations, and excitement. Despite the challenges that may have been incited by this global pandemic, there is quite a lot we can look forward to as students. However, in order to make the most of this upcoming school year, we must be prepared. COVID-19 has posed a new set of challenges, those presented virtually. In this video today, I'll be giving you 5 tips on how you can be successful when preparing for an online semester and when learning virtually. Setting up your environment is one of the most important things you can do when studying at home. This is probably where you'll be spending the majority of your time, and you want to be in a space that's very productive, allows you to focus, and that's super clean. If you can, try to keep this separate away from where you sleep, just because you associate your studying in certain areas as well as your sleeping in certain areas, and sometimes it could be hard to fall asleep if you're studying in the same room, and same thing if your bed is right beside you when you're trying to study. If you can, try to treat your study area just like a normal library study space. Keep it clean before you walk in, and just when you're finished, tidy everything up so it's ready for the next day. And also, I think it's a really good idea to tell the other people that you're living with or are staying with you that when you're studying, they should try to respect that time, try to keep everything quiet, just so you can have a good environment to study in. Try to limit any distractions such as playing music or having a lot of noise in the background that could potentially distract you from learning the material that you need to learn. Point number 2 is to set the mood when you're studying. Sometimes it could be difficult because home really isn't the ideal situation to be studying. Sometimes we focus better in the company of others, but there are a few things you can do to make sure that your mind is ready to study. So number 1, it starts off by eliminating all distractions. Like I mentioned before with the music and everything, sometimes people study better with that, but a lot of times it is often proven that it's better to study without anything on. Try to keep your phone and any social media, any notifications turned off and away from you, just so that you're only focused on what you're studying and you can learn the material the best way you can. Usually the hardest part of studying is getting started. And so there's a couple things you can do to tell your body that, hey look, it's time to study. And that starts with getting changed and preparing as if it was a normal school day. Get out of your pajamas or whatever you're wearing when you wake up, and change it to something that makes you feel better about yourself, something that makes you feel productive. And that tells your body, hey look man, it's time to study. Another thing you can do is keep your mind awake, get some proper breakfast, before you start your day off, make sure that you're ready to go, work out before, do whatever you would do on a normal school day, and then prep your mind to really take in all that information before you study. Alright, so setting up a routine. One of the hardest things anyone can do is wake up in the mornings when there is nothing that you need to wake up for. And this is often combated because we have to catch the bus in order to get to school in the morning or attend an early morning lecture. But in an online setting where things are often recorded and you can watch them later on, it could be very easy for you to just slack off and just watch everything later on at night. However, I do urge you to have a normal sleeping schedule, wake up at the same time every single day. That helps your body build up some kind of routine that you can get used to. Once you get up, go get changed, do everything that you would as if you're going to a normal school day in your school. It's also really helpful to eat at proper times, sleep at proper times, and something that can really help you stay on track is using a calendar. Make sure you plan out all your classes when they are so that you don't miss them. And also, I keep saying and also, but I think it's a really good idea to utilize your calendar and attend classes when they're first aired. So sometimes we can be like, okay, we're gonna watch all our classes on this day, but that can often lead to procrastination, which may not be that good for you, especially if you have a heavy workload. Tip number 4 is accountability. And this is something that all students have utilized and help them stay on track and help them meet their due dates, because we're all human and we all forget stuff sometimes. But it is really good to have a support group, even in a virtual setting. Have some friends you can call and collaborate on, work together on projects, keep everyone accountable for meeting deadlines, preparing for exams, and that just really builds up your support system and keeps you on track with all the studying and all the learning that's going on. Also, using calendars, to-do lists, those are really helpful. An app that I really suggest, in addition to Google Calendar, which is the calendar app of my choice, is Todoist. It's a free app, I think, on App Store. I think it's on Google Play as well, but it's really good because it has natural language processing. You can easily type in your work, you can separate them into your different courses, and that helps you keep track of everything, make sure you don't miss any deadlines. Especially in post-secondary, all these little projects really add up and really can help you balance out your grades and even boost them up. Don't miss out on those. Make sure to capitalize on those because those are essentially free marks. And my last and final tip on how to be successful when preparing for an online semester is really to take breaks. You know, it's often very easy to lose track of time when you're studying, especially when no one's there to tell you, hey look man, let's go grab some lunch, let's take a break, or when there really isn't any classes that you have to physically get to, physically move to. And this can be quite demanding and can often lead to burnout very quickly. So remember to schedule in your breaks if you need to, put them in your calendars. Take like a couple minutes here and there, break up your study sessions to do some exercise, take a walk. You know, really don't spend too much time studying because this is going to be a long year for everyone. You know, we're all going to adapt to studying online, and if you don't want to burn out in the initial half of the semester before even midterms get started, so take your time, take breaks, take it easy. You know, don't rush to study and just study a little bit every single day. That's a lot better than procrastinating later on when, you know, all the exams are coming. Though we're in a virtual setting, don't be afraid to catch up with your friends over Zoom or FaceTime or any other video application and really check up on them, ask them how they're doing, and even collaborate sometimes. And one more thing, very important, we're going to be spending a lot of times inside our homes, and so don't be afraid to get out, take a drive, take a walk, get out of your study space so you can clear your head and reset for the next study session. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video and potentially learned something from it. I just have one more tip that I would really like to share with you to bring everything together, and that is to practice doing all of these tips. You know, it's summer, I get it, but it's July and we still have a month left. Use that time to really prepare for your online semester, and the one really good way of doing that is enrolling in courses or educational platforms that can really test your virtual learning experience. You know, make some changes. Everyone's a little different, so don't be afraid to ask questions or reach out or even Google additional tips that maybe come from other resources, other people, because there's a lot of great resources out there that everyone should be using just to perfect their study session before entering their academic year in the fall. And so if you have any other questions, if you have any other suggestions, don't be afraid to reach out to me in the comments. And also, I would love to hear any additional tips that you guys have that you would like to share to others. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't be afraid to leave a like, and remember to subscribe to the channel for more upcoming content regarding U of T, how to study, and how to be a successful student. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next video on Friday at 4 p.m. Cheers.